to ArchRivals Football, sponsored by Raz Energy and Steiner Sports. Here is your starting lineup. Number 20, Darnell the Playmaker Salins. Number 94, Alex the Bearman Alcazaz. Number 69, Ricky the Prez Litwinkowicz. And in tribute to our fallen colleague, ArchRivals Football, Ring of Honor member, Alex Fleming. This show is a Pain Train Pipe Bomb production. What is up, everybody? It is a special early edition of ArchRivals Football Season 3. Wild Card Weekend is in effect. We got the Playmaker out of Florida. Darnell was doing.
What's up? Let's go. It's playoff time.
We got the Bearman from the Big D. Alex, what's doing?
It's playoff time, baby.
Can't wait. Wearing the special playoff hat here on the edition of ArchRivals Football. Got the Patriots dreads going. The big red, white, and blue ready for the letdown of this weekend's playoffs. We do come in with some news, though, as we got our right-hand man, Mr. Stephen Waldman, in the chat. I had already pre-warned him yesterday that we were on earlier today. The Texans fired David Culley after one season, fired their offensive coordinator, and are now currently targeting former head coach of the Miami Dolphins, Mr. Brian Flores. Comments on that, guys, before we get into some games.
Difficult situation, but I don't know firing him. I mean, they not only fired him, but they fired the offensive coordinator as well.
Were we actually seeing that as an option, or is this something that really just came out of the blue?
It came out of the blue.
It definitely came out of the blue because there was no rumor that he would be fired. I mean, this is a blindsiding hit.
Obviously, I don't think he deserved it. However, I think now, and here goes the SAT words, is we have our man Sweden, Lars, the Viking, in the house for not Pipe Bomb Radio NYC, but ArchRivals Football. Lars, stick around. You'll learn something.
Now you learn something.
Well, he now wants to do a watch-along with us for this weekend's playoffs. So if you're available on Sunday to do a watch-along with Mr. Lars, I think we could do that.
Dude, I just told you what I'm doing this weekend.
Well, I am doing it. Apparently, I don't know what
Nobody
this
can
is.
stop you, Prez.
All right, apparently I got to change something in settings. Steven just brought that up. But, Steven, we'll worry about that after the show, okay? I will say this. There is a plethora of coaches out there now that could fill a lot of head coaching vacancies. You
love that word, don't you?
Yes, I do. I don't know why I keep using it, but it's there. It's an SAT word that's now stuck in my head. But I give it this, okay? I think a lot of teams are thinking that they can better themselves to be getting other head coaches out there. There are now 8 jobs open in the NFL. 8.
How many?
8. Out of 32 teams. And I'm going to probably get shot for asking this.
Is that 1/4 of the league?
I think that is 1/4 of the league. The one thing I will say is this. I think if certain teams that are in the playoffs currently right now don't succeed in the first round, I maybe see some more vacancies. I'm thinking this.
Oh, definitely.
Because now, again, there's that one name that's out there looming. A lot of people have already said that it's not possible of what's going to happen. But Mr. Jim Harbaugh's name is still out there. With him wanting to go back to the NFL, That's a very huge possibility. Let's not take that for granted. So, if you could possibly win out on the Jim Harbaugh sweepstakes, you've done something very well.
And then what happens if you don't get Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh?
Well, again, there are a lot of other names out there that are viable candidates. Now that you see Brian Flores, who got let go on Tuesday, that's another viable candidate. You had all of the the coordinator from Tampa. You have the coordinator from Dallas. The sky's the limit at this point. It's not like there's cheese puff names out there. Even Jim Caldwell, who's not been in the league for God knows how long, his name is out there. So let's not.
He's a worthy candidate.
Let's
Can't
not
deny it.
Let's not front and say that might not be a possibility. Certain guys can get back into the NFL and run amok.
Run amok.
I really believe that could be possibilities. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. But yeah, Cully getting fired, I think that was kind of a crazy ass deal.
He said muck.
So diving into the games, we actually have some doozy matchups this weekend for Wild Card Weekend. I was trying to find something that was more apropos to play as an intro for this, but Pipe Bomb is not always that significant on doing certain things.
Of course.
Okay, first game. This is the reason why we're doing the show today. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Game 1 of 6. That's why we're doing this today. Because I don't want to be on during Nickelodeon's coverage of the NFL on Saturday. We have the Oakland Raiders who squeak into the playoffs. And I mean squeak by like big mouse squeak. Traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals. Game 1 of 6 in Wild Card Weekend. Who would like to significantly do some lovely analysis of this game?
Well, the Bengals, last time they won a playoff game was when exactly?
I think I was probably a child still, maybe, I don't know.
A long time.
Well, they didn't win very many under the Red Rocket, so that's very significant in itself.
We'll look that up.
I'm still sharing the show out. That's why I haven't said it.
Well, check that. Well, here's something interesting. The last time the Bengals won a playoff game, Germany was still divided, East and West.
Was the Berlin Wall still up?
Yep. In other words, yep. It was 1991, I believe. Last time the Bengals won a playoff game. And the truth is, I wasn't even born. I mean, Darnell was probably a baby at the time.
A baby?
And you, Ricky, you were a teenager.
Yes,
I think you were 14 at the time.
That's why I'm saying I think Andy Dalton was still probably a relevancy back then. Maybe even Boomer Esiason may be the culprit.
Yeah.
Apparently, we'll only be share out the show anymore, so I'll just have to wing that. I will give you guys the line courtesy of the Super Draft Sportsbook. Thanks to those guys who legitimately back us every time we go on the air with any show that we do. We have the Cincinnati Bengals currently a 6-point favorite at home. Touchdown, no extra point.
Go ahead and say you hate that line.
I hate the line for a reason. Because I really don't think this should have been the matchup to begin with.
Nah.
I really don't think this should have been the matchup to begin with.
But it is what it is, right? But that's besides the point, right, Ricky?
Once again, I think the Bengals in their own right should have done a better job against the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, they didn't because the Joes did not play, Burrow or Mixon. I think the Cincinnati Bengals probably would have had a better matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers because the Bengals have beaten the Steelers already this year. It's one of those games that you kind of sit there and say, who has the most momentum coming in? And at this point right now, the Vegas Raiders have the most momentum coming in because they've had to win every game to get into the playoffs.
Well, definitely. I mean, like you said in the final week, you always want to play. You always want to play for the better seed. So,
But
I mean, either way, it's a risk. You rest the starters. You put your starters in. It's a risk either way. Guess what? You take a chance either way. I mean, come
Does
on.
it
The
really
NFL
matter?
is full of risks.
If you ain't the one seed, who cares?
Okay, well, feeling one seed, yeah, but guess what? The Bengals were not the one, or not the number
well,
one seed.
If you ain't the one seed, who cares?
they had no chance of winning the 1 seed once Kansas City had won on Saturday. So that was already out. That was already out. But I go out on the limb here and say, you're now in the middle of the playoff bracket, which obviously does create some very, very interesting matchups. You're not sitting there worrying having to go against the Tennessee Titans in the second round because you're not going to be the lowest seed there. So you probably have a better shot of working your way through the playoffs. But again, being the 3 seed instead of being the 4 seed, obviously you look at Pittsburgh getting in as the result of the Raiders winning on Sunday Night Football, even though the Steelers pretty much could be sitting on their couch drinking beers and not worrying about their team dying. But this is going to be a very, very good matchup, and this is the reason why this show is being done today. I want to be full front and center to watch this heavyweight fight. It's a pretty much even field. It's a pretty much even field with both of these teams. So, to me, I think 6 points as a home favorite is kind of a little high for me. That's where I really kind of see it.
Everything's a little high for you.
Oh, it's the playoffs. I don't think a 6-point favorite at home should be a
once we get to
number.
Sunday night's game and that spread, I'm definitely gonna hear what you want to say on that one.
You definitely will not worry about that one. Trust me on that. I have a lot of choice comments for it. So who are you picking, Darnell?
Bengals.
Alex.
I definitely got the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals, all the talent they have, and and they're determined to end that drought because, like I just said, 1991. I mean, you think of everything that's happened since 1991, and one thing that fires them up is the fact that the Berlin Wall was still there when the Bengals last won a playoff game. It's incredible. I mean, then again, I wasn't even born.
I'm going with a gut. And I
The Raiders.
I think Joe Burrow smoked the cigar too early. I really believe that.
Wonder if it was a Cohiba cigar.
I don't know, but that looked like a long, big brown dick in his mouth. And
I mean, I'm telling you, those Cohiba cigars, from what I understand, they're the best kind.
I honestly do think at some points the Raiders are coming in on a huge high.
It was a personal favorite of Fidel Castro.
Obviously, they're playing to keep their head coach for his job. I don't think that the Cincinnati Bengals are truly playoff ready. I do expect a shootout at some point. Darren Waller's now back and healthy after not playing for 5 weeks, which kind of destroyed a lot of people's fantasy drafts and fantasy weeks. But Waller's healthy. Hunter Renfrow looks like something can't be stopped. Jacobs, the only thing is the concern with is the ribs. But I believe this could be a heavyweight fight.
So you gave me 3 names, but I have Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, C.J. Umazada, not to mention Joe Burrow.
I think this is going to be the reincarnation of the year that Derek Carr missed the playoffs. The year that he was legit supposed to be an MVP and ended up screwing his leg up 2 games before the playoffs.
Yeah, he broke his leg.
And they went in with a nobody quarterback and got stomped in the first round. This is the reincarnation of that run.
It could. You never know. I mean, like you said, Joe Burrow smoked the cigar a little bit too early, right?
I think he had the premature ejaculation celebration.
Oh,
I
boy.
really, really do believe that.
Oh,
and I think that Raiders front 4 is going to give Burrow some issues. I really, really do. As much as I like Joe Burrow.
And you think the Bengals front 4 ain't going to get the Raiders no issues?
I think that the Raiders have a better shot. I really just think that they have a better shot.
Ricky said it's going to be a heavyweight match. Or like a main event, right?
Yep.
Hell no, there ain't no main event.
Well, if this game is definitely slated for 49 points under over, it's going over 49. It's
This is
definitely
gonna
going
set
over 49.
this is gonna set the tone for the playoffs. Is what Ricky meant to say.
Again, these are two teams that could both put up points.
Yeah, you can't argue
They can
that.
both put up points. And I think the one key in this game is the one person that a lot of people are going to overlook, and that's Zay Jones. That's going to be the player to watch on Sunday. Obviously, the spotlight's going to be on Burrow, Mixon, Jamar Chase. Zay Jones is going to be the difference maker.
I'm gonna say Tyler Boyd. So.
It's very possible. But again, these are not the names that everybody keeps talking about.
Yeah,
and I think those are going to be the ones that are going to be the differences. Okay. 8:15 on Saturday evening. My heart gets broken.
It's gonna be cold up there. What's the temperature?
No,
0 degrees.
Hold on. What did you just say?
My heart gets broken.
He's picking the Bills.
Well, right off the bat, this is the weirdest point line ever. It is the Buffalo Bills favored by only 4. Only 4. Okay?
I mean, y'all did whoop their ass in Buffalo, and then they returned the favor in Foxborough. So I think 4 is right about.
No. It's only a little bit more than a field goal. So after that lovely throw the ball 3 times deal for Mr. Mac Jones up in Buffalo when the winds were like 35 to 40 miles an hour, the Bills went on a 4-1 run. Now, I was watching a little bit of analysis before the show started, and a lot of teams still want to play the Buffalo Bills in the 2-deep defense. Do I think the hoodie is going to play it that way this time? I don't think so. Because in the last matchup at Foxborough, the Buffalo Bills torched the New England defense on the ground.
Big time.
Torched them.
Mm-hmm.
Because then New England decided, hey, we know the weather is not going to be the same as it was in Buffalo. They're going to pass the ball more because it's not windy, and that's one of the things that Josh Allen does the best, is throw the ball around the yard. That's going to be the big key, is Buffalo's running game. Obviously, I'm going to say this. I'm not doubting the Patriots' running game, but Mac has looked very shaky the last 3 games. He's not had good starts. He's coming into games. They've been down points the last 3 starts that he's had. Not scoring on the first drive. So, with all that said and done, Buffalo is going to have a pretty good advantage at home. It's snowing. There's snow predicted for this weekend. Temperature around 0 degrees, which means with the wind chill factor, it's going to be like -5, -7, somewhere around there.
I would say -15 at least.
And
it's cold as hell.
Mac has not played in a game
sense.
ever that cold in his career.
Cold as hell. That doesn't make any sense, but
so hell freezes over this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Bearman.
Yep.
Are you buying this? What he's saying?
I mean, look, Ricky knows what he's saying. I mean, whether I agree with it or not is irrelevant. At least
Are you buying it?
I'm not buying
it. What he says all season long. When he picked against the Patriots win.
Okay, so maybe Ricky is making a point, but you know what? The bottom line is at least Ricky made his points. It doesn't matter whether I buy it or not.
It does matter.
I'll put it to you this way.
That means you can call him out by saying you don't buy it.
I am saying this. The Patriots had a miracle year this year. They were slated to go 7-10 or 8-9. 8 games. For them to do what they did by winning the 10 games that they did and making the playoffs, nobody except for a handful of people, including myself, said that this was a playoff team. A lot of people doubted them. To be in the playoffs, that would be satisfying for me enough. Next year will be a completely different year.
Are you satisfied?
I'm satisfied with a playoff run. I'm
And if you're
satisfied with
satisfied
that.
by it, then I'll buy it. That's all I can say.
Because, again, as much as everybody would love to see that ultimate showdown in the Super Bowl of Brady versus Belichick 2, it's not going to happen.
I'm picking the Bills just because I don't like New England.
Alex?
The New England Patriots could very well have the Frankenstein moment where they all of a sudden come alive, then we all scream, "It's alive! It's alive!" But
Nobody outside New England is going to say that.
you just don't like my imagination. But anyway,
No, I get your imagination, but nobody
anything
outside
could
New
happen in
England
this
says
game because New England has upset Buffalo many times. Buffalo has returned the favor. Buffalo's obviously the favorite. Buffalo has home field advantage. But Buffalo is not going to have any excuses. They have all it takes, all they need to win the game. But New England is perfectly capable of turning the tables over if Buffalo starts to shit the bed. But I think Buffalo wins it. But if Buffalo makes mistakes, you can be sure that New England is going to do whatever it takes to capitalize. I mean, that's what New England does. If you screw up, New England takes that opportunity, right? Right, Ricky?
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, yes. But I still have Buffalo winning.
Okay. That's Saturday. Now we go to Sunday. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox and what other channel? We have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Tampa Bay. Dan, what's doing? As you can see, we got the logos up, Dan, and we're using the sports book. Philly,
How's it going, Dan?
Tampa, 1 o'clock Sunday. The Philadelphia Eagles have not beat a team with a winning record all season. All season. They are 0-8.
a rematch from Week 6. Do we remember this matchup?
Yes, this game actually was pretty decently close. Where we thought Tampa was going to crap the bed somehow against Philly. But there is a line here that kind of makes me a little worried. Tampa Bay's only favored by 8.5, which we obviously bumped to 9.
9, obviously.
And the under-over is 47.
Quick question, Ricky, if I may.
Sure.
Are the Buccaneers injured list still big?
Yes.
So they're still depleted.
Yes.
Was that the case when they played the Eagles in the during the regular season?
No.
Okay. Well, then Tampa. I mean, Eagles could be going for everything that Tampa's got. I mean, Hurts is very likely playing. I mean, they rested Hurts, the final week. I mean, they put all the backups and against the Cowboys, but it's scary. The way I see it, Tampa is number 2 seed. Well, I believe Philadelphia is number 7 or 6.
Yes, number 7.
This one, this goes. I'll start off. I mean, I think Tampa wins, but they're not just gonna sail away. And that's right. I did say sail away. They're gonna escape the storm.
So while Ricky gives analysis, Bearman, I want you to go back and look for that Week 6 matchup that took place on Thursday Night Football, by the way, in the city of brotherly love.
I am going to go out on a limb.
I got it.
I'm going out on a little bit of a limb. Now,
a little bit of a limb.
Yes, a little bit.
I like how you say that, Ricky.
It's like a nub. Okay, I'm going to go out on a nub. All right. The way I see this game kind of shaking out is going to be the same few ways that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have played the last few weeks.
So you're not walking the plank, is what you're saying.
I'm not. People should be ready to walk the plank. However, I don't think. I don't think it's going to be the story, and here's why. This game's going to be decently close early.
Okay.
10, 12 points. And then the floodgates will open in the second half. It's kind of ironic, though, that a certain player whose initials are together in the alphabet, claimed that Mr. Thomas Edward Brady could not do it without him.
You just can't let that go, can you?
No.
No, can you blame him?
You want to know why I say that? Because AB thinks that he's all king shit.
What part of I
Pure
never want to
arrogance,
talk about
right,
AB
Ricky?
again? You didn't get.
Well,
Like I never want to hear his name.
But again-
I don't want to. I don't want to think about him. I
He
don't
said
care
AB.
about.
He didn't. He said AB. He didn't actually say the name.
I
When you
just
say AB, everybody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah,
just-
but still, technically,
I
he
just
didn't say the
say
name.
it as this, okay? That is another chip on Mr. Thomas Edward Brady's shoulder. Another thing that's going to say, you know what? You say this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to proverbially shove it up your ass. Philly, again, has not really fared well against any winning team this year. Why would you not want to give Brady more ammo to go into the first round of the playoffs and smoke a team that's the 7th seed?
Philly ain't say nothing.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that there's some ticker tape shit going on without them not even being it into the media. Now, I'm not very big on.
Philly just preparing.
I
You know, the flip side of that is everybody's expecting Tampa to run over Philly.
Listen, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked if that were the case.
You mentioned the water gates flooding in. It's like imagining a ship sinking.
Bearman, what happened in week 6?
Tampa Bay won 28-22, and I've got the numbers for Mr. Thomas Edward Brady. May I?
Go ahead.
34 for 42, 297 yards, 2 TDs, and 1 pick.
Who was the running back?
That would be Mr. Leonard Fournette.
No word on him yet, so I'm wandering around the questionable range with Leonard Fournette for this game.
Let me see. There might be an update.
So what was his numbers?
Well, David Fournette did practice yesterday,
Okay.
but that doesn't mean that
Mm-hmm. Well, what was his numbers in that game?
Mr. Fournette. Well, interesting. 22 carries for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns.
How did the Eagles look?
I mean, Jalen Hurts didn't look very good. 12 for 26, 115 yards, 1 touchdown and a pick. Miles Sanders had 9 carries for 56 yards. Jalen Hurts actually scored twice. Ran in twice.
Do you want to hear something that it's another apropos stat for this game? It's called The Truth Hurts. Quarterbacks 25 or younger are 2-11 versus Tom Brady in his playoff career. The only 2 quarterbacks who have ever beaten Tom Brady in the playoffs, 25 or younger,
Patrick Mahomes,
Mark Sanchez, and Joe Flacco.
So for these other quarterbacks, do you have that specific soundbite to play, right?
Oh, I have no sound bites for today. But
I think you know which soundbite you would have to play.
And by the way,
Nah.
the Eagles are 0-6 versus teams that have made the playoffs, 9-2 versus the others.
and you think they're not hearing this all week?
Well, they're definitely gonna win. They've definitely been hearing it all week. They just don't care.
It is the number 1 ranked rushing offense in the Philadelphia Eagles versus the number 1 passing offense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Is there a stat in there that tells you what the Buccaneers rank in run defense right now?
I could look for that. It's in the stats.
And it's Tampa.
Rushing yards allowed. Philly averages 107.9. Tampa averages 92.5.
Strength versus strength.
That's usually the case in a playoff game. Strength versus strength.
And Tampa averages 18 yards more per pass.
But here's the thing. How many of those games they win against a running quarterback?
I think 3.
Jalen Hurts was one of them. And how many rushing touchdowns you said Jalen Hurts had in week 6? Was it 2?
Yeah, it was 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to bet on this game, you bet this straight up. Don't even worry about the spread. Because the final score is what, 28-22?
Mm-hmm.
Prez, you said the line is 9?
Yes.
You pick Tampa. You do not touch that spread.
If you do pick the spread, take Philly. If you take the spread, take Philly. Getting 9. That's 2 scores. Okay. Next up, I'm sure we have a big analysis from the Bearman coming up.
Oh, are we going to Nickelodeon?
Yes, more Nickelodeon. I cannot, I got to tell you, just right off the bat, I love watching the games on Nickelodeon. I love the slime time touchdowns. Okay? It just makes the game so much better.
Yeah, if only Tommy and Chucky could actually do play-by-play. Have the Rugrats do play-by-play. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Bearman.
I always just say
we
Chucky's
have the
so misunderstood.
James, JDH in the hizzy. We have the 49ers traveling down to Jerry World. This should be very interesting. We have the 49ers and Cowboys. Cowboys only a 3-point favorite at home.
And ESPN gives them a 64% chance of winning, but I'm not buying that crap.
How you want to play this, Bearman?
Number one, everybody's saying that it's the 1990s again. Absolutely not, because Dallas and San Francisco are nowhere near the teams they were back in the freaking 90s. Back when Ricky was a teenager, back when I was a baby, back when Darnell was a toddler. The Cowboys and 49ers are nowhere near what they were back then. And interestingly enough, the Cowboys are 5-2 against San Francisco in the playoffs. The only times they've lost was, of course, the miraculous catch, and then the other one when Deion Sanders got away with blatant pass interference, but it doesn't matter because he made up for that by signing with Dallas next year and helping him win the title again. But it's actually the first time since 1994 that Dallas and San Francisco have a date in the playoffs.
Well, here is a little interesting historical tidbit. The last 4 times the 49ers and Cowboys have met in the playoffs, the winner went to the Super Bowl. Just so happens that those years started off at 1981, 1992, 1993, and 1994.
Yeah, we're way past those times.
Of course,
everybody's picking San Francisco.
So I'm gonna do something a little different here, okay? I want Ricky to give me the Cowboys numbers.
Would you like the last 5 numbers? The last 5 games?
You can give me the last 5 games.
Okay, last 5 games for both the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is averaging 35.4 points per game, 384 total yardage, 18 points per game allowed, and only giving up a shade under 300 yards total per game. San Francisco 49ers, averaging 25 points a game, 401 yards total offense, averaging 17.4 points per game, and only allowing 287 yards total offense. San Francisco's defense has picked up the game a little bit.
So when you started reading those stats for the Cowboys, I could see in Bearman's face, he did not like hearing those stats.
I didn't, obviously, but with the offense that the Cowboys have, they should be able to actually find a way to combat that. But number one, the offensive coordinator who calls damn plays at that time is freaking clueless. And then, of course, the problem is you talk about, Eagles, beating teams with losing records. That was the same thing for the Cowboys this season. I mean, they beat the Chargers and then they beat the Panthers and Patriots. Those were, at the time, Carolina actually had a winning record, but I'm not sure who else Dallas beat with a winning record. But the problem is the Cowboys don't beat the good teams. They beat up the horrible teams. Like we saw what they did to Washington. Washington is horrible. See, the problem is, they do that. They score 50. They put 56 against a worthless Washington team, but they can't do that against Arizona. They can't do that against Green Bay. They can't do that against Tampa. The bottom line is the Cowboys only shine against the jabroni teams. Against the main event teams, they suck.
How many playoff teams did y'all beat?
As far as I know, I mean, aside from the Patriots, who else did the Cowboys beat that made the playoffs?
The Patriots were the only team that the playoffs beat that in the Cowboys.
I mean, they almost beat Tampa, but a couple of mistakes.
In the playoffs. So So 2 out of 14 teams, 2 out of 13 teams y'all beat
in the playoffs. But so that's not good. I mean, okay. See, here's like I said, the Cowboys put up the good stuff against the bad teams, but against the good teams, it's a whole different story. We saw that against Arizona. The Cowboys, the running game is still dead. Okay, the offensive line is still a problem. We don't know if Dak Prescott's actually play the way he's supposed to be. Actually finally find a way to beat a good team, or if he's just gonna struggle.
Do you want to know where I think that this game takes the total turn?
Oh, I know where the game gonna be won at.
Quarterback.
I know exactly what this game. Not quarterback.
Yeah,
I don't doubt that, Steven.
Not quarterback.
This is the key person you have to keep an eye on. He's actually even hurt still, and he's playing.
Zeke Elliott?
No, that would be Mr. Jimmy G. Because these are the alarming numbers. Okay, Jimmy G in 9 wins this year. 69.9 completion percentage, 9.2 yards per pass, 11 touchdowns, 3 picks, a 108.5 passer rating. In 6 losses, however, Jimmy G is at 66.2%, 7.9 yards per attempt, 9 touches, 9 picks, 86.5 passer rating with 11 giveaways.
You boosted my argument, and I ain't even said my argument.
Jimmy G is going to be the highlight.
Let me tell y'all something here. Bearman, you're the one that likes to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, right?
Damn right.
You treat this like you're in court, right?
Yeah. You can't lie in court. You can't lie under oath.
Who has the best offensive line in the NFL?
Not Dallas.
It is the Dallas Cowboys.
How?
So, what does San Francisco line look like, Ricky?
I mean, Trent Williams is designated to play. I mean, the Cowboys offensive line, I have them as a ghost because at times, I mean, the running game is not great, but I don't know if it's all on the offensive line. I mean, Zeke is just not playing good. Zeke has not been good since he got paid. I mean, Zeke has been a mess overall since he got paid, and that's unfortunately what happens when you pay a running back that decides to hold out and act selfish.
Ricky, how would you grade San Fran's offensive line?
Not the way it was 2 seasons ago when they went to the Super Bowl.
So both offensive lines is not where they need to be at, where they're supposed to be at.
I would say I look at, and this is going to be, again, a better defense that has come around throughout the entire year in the Dallas Cowboys. When it comes to the grind, they've been putting their foot down. Their pass rush is better. Their secondary is better than what everybody else had expected it. And when we first started
Dallas?
Yes.
Okay.
You forget. There's a cornerback out there that's leading the NFL in interceptions with 11. Okay? That's 11 picks.
He's been burned the most in the NFL.
Okay, but he's still a force to be reckoned with. The Cowboys' front 4 is a lot more solid than it was before. They're getting guys off of the global bastard list. They're getting guys that are coming off the injury list. The defense is getting a lot better. Kittle has not been a focus in the 49ers offense. He's averaging 3 catches per game.
Hold on, let him finish.
Okay? So, Kittle, okay. The creativity of the 49ers is going to be what the Cowboys have to deal with. They've converted a wide receiver into a running back. Again, hybrid.
San
That's the
Francisco's
thing
running
what you gotta-
game gives San Francisco the advantage.
That's
Dallas's
what gives
running
them
game
the
is
advantage.
dead.
If
Unless Tony Pollard is starting, then it's probably going to be
again,
different.
you have the two-headed monster with the Cowboys and Zeke. If you start feeding him, and Pollard, okay.
But Zeke
San
has not
Fran
done
doesn't
anything. Has
truly
not been playing
have.
good.
San Fran truly does not have a running back right now. That's my concern.
Okay.
Okay.
Bearman.
Because if you want to play Darnell's game, Dallas is a
Bearman.
little bit more ahead in the advantage than the
Bearman.
49ers.
Yes.
What about the San Francisco defense?
It's average, but you can't underestimate it. I mean, the San Francisco defense is what sealed the deal against Los Angeles. You saw that. It was that interception was on a deep play, was it not?
Mm-hmm.
So San Francisco's secondary, you better watch out, Dak. So
Both
Dak has to
interceptions.
watch out. Kellen Moore better call the damn plays. The wide receivers need to run the damn route, and most important, catch the damn ball.
Matter of fact, both interceptions was deep passes.
See, there you go.
So, which D line is going to take over the offensive line?
I say Dallas.
I mean, you got Gallimore, got DeMarcus Lawrence, Dorrance Armstrong. Of course, there's Micah Parsons, but he's probably going to be deployed as a linebacker rather than the defensive end. But depending on what play they go, Micah Parsons is that kind of player that can metamorphosize and switch back and forth from defensive end to linebacker.
If I do recall, don't San Fran got like four number one draft picks on that D line?
Mm-hmm.
Which offensive line is going to man up is going to win this game?
Okay, it's D-Day. Your picks.
Tell of it. Give me my Cowboys. So, like you say, Ricky, I got to have more faith in my Cowboys, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm just following your advice, brother. Well, then, but get this right. If the Cowboys
nowhere
fuck
confident
up,
in that pick either.
I will not have mercy on my show. I will tear this team apart, and I will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
It's the 49ers.
What the hell does that mean, Darnell? It's the 49ers. What the hell does that even mean? Are you telling me the 49ers are terrible?
No, I'm telling you. If you listen there, if you've been watching all the show, listen to all the reports. The team that's on, guess what team is on upset alert the most out of everybody?
49ers.
Dallas.
and
Because
49ers.
everybody's picking Dallas. Everybody's picking San Francisco. There's been more picks on San Francisco than has been with Dallas.
Darnell, are you going with the red and gold?
Ooh, if I go with the red and gold, that means my team will have to take a trip to Lambeau Field. And then that means we take a trip to Tampa, which I kind of don't mind. But, that got to win one, right?
He has one.
That got to win. That got to win one of these games, right?
He beat Seattle a few years ago, but that was a few years ago. Now he's being paid. He better win these damn playoffs games. I mean, if he shits the bed, I'm gonna remind him, Brady. This is why I did not want him getting paid. He does not get it done when it matters most. And of course, some people pull out the damn race card, but we don't have to get into that.
Oh no, if y'all don't get it done, it's gonna be offensive line. Watch.
It's a team effort, Darnell.
No, I'm telling you, if y'all don't get it done, it's the offensive line. Because you're gonna look at it and be like, damn, y'all ain't creating nothing. No holes, no passing time for watch.
If Kellen Moore decides to utilize the old school conservative Jason Garrett mentality, then obviously that's bad things are gonna happen.
Kellen Moore, you do not call empty shotgun on 3rd and 1, okay?
For the record, if you want Kellen Moore, by all means, take him. But stay away from Dan Quinn.
You know what? I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to take the 49ers.
Moving on.
Oh, no, you ain't even pick.
You didn't make your pick, Rick.
You ain't getting out of this one.
Oh, God, I got to make a pick. You know what? I think I'm going to bite the bullet myself, and I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys. I'm taking Dallas.
Are you taking
This
Dallas?
could be it. This could be it. For them
Like
to,
I said, if they fuck up, there will be no mercy on Cowboys talk. I will tear the team apart.
Okay.
Big time.
He
Mark my words, gentlemen.
He's doing the finger, too. I like it.
Yes,
He's
I like the
pointing
finger. All right, 8:15.
Guys, it was the Bear Man talking, not Alex.
8:15. This game is on 3 channels in itself. I think it's on Nickelodeon again. The Pittsburgh Steelers squeaking in. They held their balloon knot on that Sunday night game of them possibly not making the playoffs. Going to Kansas City to get some barbecue against Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Stop torturing me, Ricky.
I love barbecue. Sorry.
You make me hungry, man.
This game here, if you're on the lines, okay? If you're on the betting lines, again, these lines are being provided to you by the Super Draft Sportsbook. My bad. I got 3 shows to do later on. This has the Kansas City Chiefs favored by 13. 13. Now, again, I listen to a lot of sports media here.
Hold on. Ricky, before you continue on, Bear Man, I need you to go to week 16, please.
Yes, do that, please.
Week 16.
I'm there.
Go ahead, Prez.
Now, again, I listen to a lot of the sports media here in the city that doesn't sleep. And there was a lovely little rant about all of the double-digit spreads this year. How teams were favored by 11, teams were favored by 14. I believe there was 2 spreads that even this year were teams favored by 17. And on an average of having those 4 or 5 per week, only 20% of the large percentages covered. 5 spreads per week, only 1 covered. This just so happens to be the biggest spread in wild card weekend. 13 points.
Okay, so you said 13 points, right?
13 points.
Bear Man.
Yo,
Let's take a trip down memory lane. Do a recap for us what took place in week 16 in the same stadium between the same 2 teams.
36-10, December 26th, the day after Christmas. 36-10.
What happened?
Well, to put it mildly, and this is no attempt to steal Ricky's thunder, but the Pittsburgh Steelers shit the bed. And Ricky, this is no gimmick infringement attempt, just so you know. Not trying to steal your thunder.
No. Shitting the bed is okay.
So how did them Chiefs look against those Steelers?
Now, Patrick Mahomes was simply being Patrick Mahomes. 23 for 30, 258 yards, a hat trick of touchdowns.
How did that running game look?
Well, the running game looked pretty good. 11, Darrell Williams, 11 carries, 55 yards. Derek Gore, 12 carries, 43 yards. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 9 for 27, and he had the only rushing touchdown of the game. Passing game looked very respectable too.
Did TJ Watt play in this game? I don't recall.
No. TJ was hurt.
TJ was hurt. How did Ben look?
TJ had a boo-boo.
No, he did play. No, he did play. He did play. But he only had like 1 tackle. I mean, he was a ghost.
No sacks. He didn't get Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
I'd say it, but I don't think that's going to be the case this time.
How did Ben look?
Well, Ben looked, awful. 23 for 35, 159 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Mr. Mason Rudolph actually came to the game for a little bit.
Well, that's because they were getting blown out early.
Yeah.
I hate this is where I kind of say that the line is a little bit it's deceiving. Because the Steelers are not the same. They are not the same team as they were when they played Kansas City earlier this year. They have somehow miraculously slowed games down. Alex, do me a favor. Look up the Pittsburgh Steelers' last 6 games that they've played.
All right.
That does include the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay? Now give me the scores from that first of the 6 weeks through.
Well, the first of the 6 weeks through. Okay.
So that would be from I believe week 12 to week 18.
I think that's when they when they lost to Cincinnati.
Okay, what was the score in
Yeah,
that game?
they lost 41-10.
Okay, next score.
And then they beat Baltimore 20-19.
Okay.
And I think it was when Baltimore. I think. Well,
that's a game Harbaugh went for 2 and they didn't get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Next
And
game
then
after that.
a loss to Captain Kirk and the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay, score.
Thursday night football.
36-28 with the Vikings nearly blew a major lead, but I need Darnell to kind of refresh my memory on this if I'm wrong. But I think a certain Steelers player decided to celebrate a little bit too early.
Mm-hmm.
The Chase Claypool game.
Yeah.
The Chase Claypool game.
Yeah, because Darnell had some very wise words to say about it. But folks, Darnell was simply telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You can't hate on him for that.
Oh, by the way,
that's the truth.
That's the same game. Ricky's favorite running back decided to play that game. He went for over 200 yards rushing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next score after that.
And then after that, it was the meeting with the Chiefs, 36-10.
Okay.
And then after that, beating the Cleveland Browns, 26-14.
Okay.
And then finally, upsetting the Ravens in Baltimore.
Okay. I think this is one of those games where the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the proper description of the game was mucking the game up. And and the reason why I say mucking the game up is they can make this game slow down for them.
He said mucking again. That's your favorite word? Today.
Mucking.
Is it a New York word?
I wasn't saying no. Mucking meaning the fact that they can make this game sloppy in so many different ways.
It's actually an English word. I'm sure Ronan would actually point that out.
Yes.
Because when they say don't muck it up, that means don't. Because in England, when they say don't muck it up, that means don't fuck it up.
No. Mucking it up means they can make this game sloppy for the Kansas City Chiefs.
He's saying Pittsburgh is going to make the game ugly.
Yes.
I mean, they can.
This could be because at a lot of points, even earlier in the season, they've been in a lot of close games within that one score area. And a lot of people don't realize that the records reset themselves once the playoffs start.
Exactly.
So even though the Pittsburgh Steelers come into the game at 9-7-1, and the Kansas City Chiefs come in at 11-6, don't mean jack. You're playing for Big Ben? Probably Tomlin's job, because I think that might be a little bit in order too. Again, like I said earlier in the show, coaches' heads could roll if you're one and done in the playoffs.
Not in Pittsburgh.
I think that locker room is a little torn up right now.
Dude, how many head coaches Pittsburgh Steelers had in their history?
Not very many as of late.
3.
Not very many as of late. So again,
and you talking about a coach that can get fired out of Pittsburgh who has never had a losing season since he's been there.
Once again, how many head coaches got fired that we didn't think were going to happen?
We're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That don't mean shit.
But Darnell, Ricky has a point.
Pittsburgh don't fire coaches. When have you ever heard of Pittsburgh Steelers firing a coach?
Again, it's a different day and age. If you do not have control of your locker room, which I know there's a lot of mass chaos going on right now, I would not be surprised if we wake up on fucking Monday morning and be like, oh my God, Mike Tomlin's gone. I would not.
And at that point,
I
could be insane. I could be insane at that point.
I'm not even joking. I could be looking into a crystal ball, and that might actually be the future. Let's think of that.
Coaches, because I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not saying Pittsburgh wins this game, but I don't think it's going to be 13 points. I really don't think it's going to be a 13-point game.
I mean, the fact that this could be Ben Roethlisberger's last game, if he goes down, he might as well go down swinging.
It's not going to be a 13-point game. I think Kansas City's been playing a lot of close games, and if they start out slow, like they've been doing on and on pretty recently, this game is not going to be a 13-point difference.
No, absolutely not.
But I am picking the Chiefs. I'm not counting the Steelers out. But this game could be one of those very, very sloppy, close games. Picks?
Kansas City. But Kansas City is not gonna just run away. Oh no. They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight every second of this game. Mark my words, gentlemen.
They're not gonna fight every second of this game. Chiefs put away late.
Alrighty.
And then
I cannot.
And then Ben Roethlisberger officially announces his retirement.
I cannot believe I'm going to say this. For the first time ever.
Ever.
Are we going to the main event? Are we going to the game of the week?
We are going to the first ever.
Did you make your pick, Ricky?
Yes.
You picked the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure.
For the first time ever in NFL history, we actually have a wild card game on Monday Night Football.
Game of the week.
Woohoo!
I have never thought that this would ever happen. However, it will make my Monday nights a lot more interesting to know that a wild card game will be played on a Monday. We have the Arizona Cardinals versus the LA Rams, round 3 on Monday Night Football, which will be aired on 5 different channels Monday night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All you football heads, you have no excuses of missing Monday Night Football. It's on ESPN. It's on ESPN Plus. It's on ABC, for goodness sakes.
Channel 7 for those people here in New York.
It's funny it's not on Nickelodeon.
I also believe this is going to be aired on Amazon and Apple. I think Apple is trying to get into that too. Steven goes, can we look up the last game for the Rams blowing a 17-0 lead?
Hey, didn't y'all just fire y'all coach?
I think it's Steven that's firing the shots, because Steven made a comment earlier that, I was firing the shots at the Rams. The Bear Man really pissing off the Playmaker. I'm like, it's not that, Steven. I was just pulling up some facts.
All right.
I mean,
according to
my team's horrible, so I can't.
No, Steve Harmon's team is horrible.
Okay.
But so is mine. What the hell's my team done since 1995?
Hey,
nothing.
Y'all in the playoffs.
Okay. So what?
Y'all in the playoffs. Look, they gave a stat on NFL Live, I want to say yesterday, of the worst teams within like the past, I want to say 3 to 4 seasons. The Giants and the Jets ranked to the top. The Jaguars and the Detroit Lions have a better record than the New York teams.
Well, the Jaguars have made it to the AFC Championship within the last 5 years, where they lost to Ricky's Patriots.
Still, the Detroit Lions have a better record than the New York teams.
Well, according to the Super Draft Sportsbook,
the Rams is favorite, ain't by much.
Favored by 4 with an under-over of 49.
All right, before I get into this, Bearman, Ricky, I don't know if y'all listen to Rainbow Talk, but I said this about this game. So you said first time ever, right?
Yes, Ricky? First time ever. I wish I had the
time, guys.
I wish I had the ding ding.
Now, when you have something that's gonna be historical, right? You want your biggest names, your biggest game right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened in week 4, Bearman, up in LA between these two teams?
What happened in week 4 between these two teams? Well, the Los Angeles Rams had a bad day in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Well, quite an embarrassing day, I should say.
Mm-hmm. How many yards did the Arizona Cardinals run for as a team?
How many runs did they run as a team? 216.
How many touchdowns?
Oh, the touchdowns. Oh, boy. I think James Conner ran in for 2. But the Cardinals scored 4 total, I believe.
Yeah, Kyler Murray threw 2 touchdowns. How many times Matthew Stafford turned the ball over in that game?
Yeah, he had one interception, but how many times was he sacked? Did he have a? How many times was he sacked?
He threw a pick. I believe
He
Sonny
lost the
Michelle.
fumble. I think he lost the fumble too.
I believe Sonny Michelle fumbled in that game too.
Okay, it was okay. Yeah, it was Sonny Michelle.
Sonny Michelle. Okay. So 2 turnovers by the Rams. Cardinals run for 200 yards and pretty bad, ain't it? For your first loss of the season.
Yeah.
After you beat the world champions the previous week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened in week 13 on Monday Night Football?
Well, the Rams returned the favor big time.
What was Matthew Stafford's numbers in that game?
23 for 30, 287 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
I didn't hear a turnover. I didn't hear a pick. How did Sonny Michelle look in that game?
Kyler Murray actually had it was the one with the turnovers.
How did Sonny Michelle look?
Sonny Michelle actually looked good. 20 carries for 79 yards. But Cooper Kupp looked amazing.
So one game, Kyler Murray said, "I'm sick of y'all beating our ass," and did something about it, right? Matthew Stafford got tired of hearing everybody say he can't win the big games. Monday night comes around. He said, "Watch this." Round 3, ladies and gentlemen. First time ever, Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury, they are in the playoffs. This is the first time they are in this environment. Matthew Stafford is 0-3 in playoff games, all with Detroit Lions. Something's got to give. Somebody got to get that first playoff win. Now, here's the thing. Now, if Ricky would allow me to get on my little soapbox real quick.
You have a soapbox?
Yeah, that was soapbox right now. A lot of people. Nobody likes the 3rd and 1 call. Y'all heard me talk about it on here, and I talked about it on Raymond. So the 3rd and 1 call going empty, knowing that the 49ers is kicking your offensive line's ass. This is something you don't do, right? But Ricky, check this out though. You know how many division titles Sean McVay has won in his short career with the Rams?
How many?
3 out of 5 years. And out of 5 years, you know how many losing seasons he has had?
How many?
None. The year they ain't made the playoffs, they went 9-7. So, do we really putting all the pressure on the LA Rams because we got Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay's been to the Super Bowl, knowing that Keith Kingsbury and Kyler Murray never been here before?
I'm sorry to burst the bubble.
You ain't bursting no bubble.
Yes, there is a bubble to be burst.
Not for me.
Yes, it will.
So what bubble are you bursting?
Here is the bubble that will be bursted. As much as we want to tote the LA Rams for winning the NFC West,
nobody's toting it.
And as many people want to tote that this really should be a Rams romp.
Hold on, where are you getting this stuff from?
Again,
because I can definitely tell you.
I read media.
I can tell you how LA fans feel.
I love the fact that the pressure is on the Rams offense this weekend.
Is it on the offense or is it on Matthew Stafford?
It is on Matthew Stafford.
See, notice he said the offense. No, we won't clarify that.
Matthew Stafford, in his career, is 7-63 in his career, including the playoffs against teams that have won 10-plus games this season. 2-5 record. That does not bode well for Matt Stafford's ego.
Hold on, wait. Didn't you use that same record when they played Arizona on Monday night?
No, I did not. Actually.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Because everybody was using that stat.
Well, that's updated now because that Monday night stat has been in the past.
So he actually beat a team this season that had won 10 games.
Matt Stafford is also the 4th quarterback in the last 10 seasons to make the playoffs in a season with 17-plus picks. Over the last 8 seasons, there have been 6 matchups between division opponents in the wild card round. the lower seeded team is 5-1 in those matchups.
Yeah, the Rams been doing it last year to the Seattle Seahawks.
And who is the lower seed in this playoff game?
That would be the Arizona Cardinals.
Uh-huh.
But didn't we just discuss what happened in
number
week
6,
4?
I believe.
No, they 5.
5. Okay, I was close.
They 5. It's a 4-5 matchup.
But I was close.
Didn't I just say what? Didn't we just discuss what took place in LA in week 4?
Yes.
Matthew
Stafford looked great.
No, Matthew Stafford looked
well,
terrible.
the other one, yeah, and the other one.
Well, I also want to throw in the little tidbit that we have
right now, Darnell.
We have the return of a pillar on the Arizona defense.
They ain't confirmed that.
He's not listed on the injury report.
He's not.
You talking about J.J. Watt?
J.J. Watt.
Yeah, he's talking about J.J. Watt. They ain't confirming. They say questionable.
Questionable in a playoff game means you're going.
Not always. Because
Well,
D-Hop is not going.
According to this, Cliff Kingsbury said that J.J. Watt was, quote, very limited, unquote, in his return to practice.
Remember, D-Hop's supposed to return for the playoffs. He's not playing wild card weekend.
Well, they said that if the Cardinals make it, I think, to the NFC Championship, then DeAndre Hopkins can come back. I don't know if they said NFC Championship or divisional playoffs.
Hopkins is a different deal than JJ.
Yeah.
JJ went out a lot earlier in the year than D-Hop did.
I mean, J.J. Watt getting hurt is nothing new.
Yeah,
I mean,
D-Hop's
the
more
Cardinals
important.
would have expected it.
D-Hop is more important to the Cardinals than JJ.
So, pretty much, let's round it out. Picks.
Go ahead, pick the Cardinals.
Los Angeles.
Go ahead and pick the Cardinals.
Who, me?
I'm not picking.
Yeah,
I am not picking the
you.
Rams because of you, brother
Pick the
D.
Cardinals. Go
It
ahead,
has nothing to do with you.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to him.
Oh, because of Matt
Mr.
Stafford?
Mr. want to burst bubbles and stuff. Go ahead.
I like
go
bursting
ahead.
bubbles.
No, because I think Cooper Kupp is gonna make a strong impact.
He can
Yo,
make a
Cooper
strong
Kupp is
impact,
that
but
example.
is Matt Stafford going to show up and throw interceptions, or is he going to
Third
freaking
round
sit
pick.
there and throw freaking touchdown passes?
Might
Not for
happen.
anything, the Rams were heavily favored against the Titans a few weeks back, and what happened then?
They pooped the bed.
Exactly. I put my faith in the Rams quite a few times this year, and every time I picked the fucking Rams, they fucking lost.
And they embarrass you, don't they?
Yes.
So you're not gonna pick the Rams this time.
No, I'm picking the
In
Cardinals.
other words, you're not falling for that again.
No, I'm picking the Cardinals.
Okay.
He was gonna pick the Cardinals anyway.
Picking the Cardinals.
He was
You
gonna
know,
pick
you
them
picked
anyway.
you picked the 49ers over my Cowboys, Darnell.
Hey, style of matchup. I like the 49ers style of matchup against your team.
Everybody
Doesn't
hits
matter.
something that's right.
It doesn't matter.
He just picked the Cardinals because
it's not like
he don't know what team he gonna
anyway.
get.
It's not like
I
Dallas
let
is going
that
to
the
Super
style
Bowl
of
anyway.
matchup. If y'all can't be physical like y'all supposed to be against the 49ers, I don't like y'all chances.
I got a
Okay,
1 point
that's
win
why
for
I
the
said
Cardinals.
I'm gonna tear the damn team apart if they don't get their shit together and get the damn job done.
I'm picking the Rams, man. Come on now. They at home. What the Super Bowl's gonna be played at? Knowing last time Arizona came in there, they whooped that ass.
All right.
Oh, by the
three-
way,
it's round
did-
3
did-
with the score
did-
tied, guys.
Did we mention Cam Akers is back for the Rams?
Nope.
Oh,
But
no.
he
Why
is.
the Rams aren't going to run the ball anyway?
Did we mention that the Rams got somebody out of retirement?
Yeah.
That is not.
Eric Weddle.
I'm going to tell you right now. That's bad juju. If your defense is that horrible that you're bringing somebody out of retirement to play 1 game, 2 games, dude, he's not had any football in what, a year and a
Did
half?
you even read why he came? Did you even know why that happened? Or you just heard about it?
All I know is that I saw the Eric Weddle thing was happening. They're bringing him
Exactly.
out of retirement.
Jordan Fuller is done for the season.
Again, if your secondary is that bad that you got to drag somebody out of retirement who's not played an NFL game in almost 2 years, you're in trouble. That is a big red flag.
There ain't no red
That
flag.
is a big red flag. If you
No,
have
it's
to
not.
bring somebody out of retirement who hasn't played in 2 years, that's a bad deal.
That's a bad deal only to you.
And the first quarter and a half Weddle goes down, blows his knee out for the rest of the game. Because he's had no game action in 2 years. How viably smart is that? How viably smart is that?
Whoever said he was going to play? You assuming
Then why
he's
would you
playing.
sign him and bring him out of retirement? If
You
he's
don't
not
know
going
what's
to touch
going
the
on.
field.
See, that's why I love this. He don't know what's going on. He just reads. He just look at the headline. He don't read the. He don't read the description.
If you just said, how do you know he's even going to play? Why the fuck did you sign him? Tell me that. Why would you sign him if he's not touching the field?
Everybody you sign don't touch the field.
As a mentor, I guess, but
Does everybody does everybody who New England sign touch the field? No.
Exactly. This is what he's going to do. Eric Weddle on the sideline with all of the safeties and corners. I'm going to hold your hands, and I'm going to tell you how to play football defensively. Waste of money, waste of time. Come on.
I mean, it's a risk because he's 37 and way past his prime. But if if Los Angeles is up by a lot with like maybe 5 minutes left, maybe I guess you could put it in and says, okay.
Listen, Eric Weddle's prime was before he played with the Ravens. Okay.
Yeah, he was with the Chargers back when they were in San Diego.
Exactly.
I mean that's how you shape up Eric Weddle. Played with the Chargers, but that was during their days in San Diego.
Bringing Weddle,
which is where I was last week, and San Diego is actually nice.
Jesus.
But again, I was there, in support of my brother.
All right,
I got Ricky ready for Pain Train now.
Oh, I'm already ready. You have no idea what's going on for tonight. I'm
not gonna know what's going on tonight.
If you guys did see last week's episode, that was dirty. It's getting dirtier tonight. Pigpen will be making an appearance on the show.
What time are y'all going on?
We go on at 8 p.m. Eastern. That would be 7 p.m. your time.
Well,
yeah, it's going to get raunchy tonight.
Plan on going run, get some dinner, then come back and catch the show.
All right. Any final words? Because I have another show to prep for.
Cowboys, get the damn job done, or I will tear you apart. Mark my words.
Darnell?
You think Dallas got the message?
I think he's gonna leave a nice little.
It's my dad's birthday is the day that Dallas Cowboys plays, so you better not ruin my dad's birthday because my birthday's 2 days after.
Oh shit! Here comes Mongo.
Come on, your dad's a Cowboys fan.
He doesn't care about football, but okay. he will. He obviously asked, "What's the point of getting the best players if you can't use them?" Right? I mean, my dad's more of a soccer guy, but it's the same thing in soccer. You buy the best player, you get the best players, but you can't win. Pathetic.
Sean McVay, you've been here before. You got to the Super Bowl. You know what it takes to get to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is in a stadium that you'll be playing in Monday night. Matthew Stafford, you haven't been here before. You haven't gotten this far. What you need to do is don't be the gunslinger. Work the game plan. Y'all beating the Cardinals. Okay? The road team has won each game. It's time for the home team to win. Because it's the Super Bowl time. Okay? Do your jobs. Get physical. Let's go.
My final words, and I'm not even talking about the Patriots. Many hearts will be broken. Many hearts will be held together with duct tape and crazy glue. And some people will just be extremely happy that their team won because they had full faith.
Which one you gonna be?
Sitting there with the one thing that won't break my heart on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, a long neck beer until it's empty. Then my heart will break. But all I say is this: I hope all 13 teams and their fans have a great weekend. Again, this is a show done by fans for fans, and we do hope you all enjoy all 6 games this weekend. We'll be back on Tuesday to give our recaps of the wild card weekend. 3 more days of football. Cannot wait.
So will it be three angry guys or 3 happy guys?
I am just going to be sitting here with my can of drink and talking football because the playoffs have begun. Till later on tonight. Paint Trade Pipe Bomb, again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Book of Face. The Tube of You, the Itch with a TW, Twitter, and more. I'm the Prez. That's the Playmaker and the Bear Man, and we are out of here. Hey, did you like that show? Like, share, follow, subscribe. Share out our shows to all of your social media. Need merchandise? Check out paintrainpipebomb.threadless.com for quality merchandise at great prices. Tune in next time for another edition of ArchRivals Football, and we'll catch you on the flip side.